How Julie Met Mark. Julie was a 28-year-old graphic designer living in a vibrant city known for its artsy neighborhoods and bustling coffee shops. She was passionate about her work, loved painting in her spare time, and often frequented local galleries. Despite her busy life, Julie felt a void when it came to romance. She had gone through a few relationships that didn't quite fulfill her emotional needs and had recently decided to focus on herself. Chapter 1. The Coffee Shop Encounter. One rainy afternoon, Julie sought refuge in her favorite coffee shop, a cozy little place filled with eclectic decor and the scent of freshly brewed coffee. She settled into her usual corner, the warm light from the window casting a glow on her sketchbook. As she began to doodle, she noticed a commotion at the entrance. Mark, a 30-year-old freelance writer, had just walked in, shaking off the rain from his umbrella. He exuded an air of casual confidence, with tousled hair and an engaging smile. He scanned the room and after a moment, made his way to the counter. Julie couldn't help but notice how he interacted with the barista, cracking jokes that made her laugh from across the room. As fate would have it, Mark took the seat at the table next to Julie. He noticed her sketches and complimented her work. Julie felt a spark of connection, an unexpected warmth in her chest. They began chatting about their artistic pursuits, his passion for writing and her love for design. Chapter 2. Shared Interests. Their conversation flowed effortlessly, filled with laughter and stories. Julie discovered that Mark was an avid reader and loved exploring new places. They exchanged recommendations for books and art galleries, each feeling an unspoken chemistry. After finishing their coffees, Mark suggested they visit an art exhibit that was opening that weekend. Julie was thrilled. She had been looking forward to it. They exchanged numbers, and as they parted ways, both felt an excitement that hadn't been present in their lives for a long time. Chapter 3. The Art Exhibit. The day of the exhibit arrived, and Julie dressed carefully, wanting to make a good impression. When she arrived, Mark was already there, looking handsome in a fitted shirt. The exhibit was filled with vibrant artwork, and they spent hours discussing each piece, sharing their perspectives. As the night progressed, they found themselves drawn to a large, abstract painting that seemed to encapsulate their budding relationship, chaotic yet beautiful. Standing close together, they shared personal stories, revealing vulnerabilities. Mark spoke about his struggles with self-doubt as a writer, while Julie opened up about her fears of never finding true love. Their connection deepened, and as the night ended, Mark leaned in and kissed her softly. It felt right, and Julie knew that this was the beginning of something special. Chapter 4. Growing Closer. Over the next few weeks, Julie and Mark spent more time together. They explored the city, visited museums, and discovered hidden gems in their neighborhoods. Each encounter brought them closer, and Julie found herself laughing more than she had in years. Mark introduced her to his friends, a quirky group of writers and artists who welcomed her with open arms. She felt a sense of belonging that she hadn't experienced before. Mark admired her creativity, often encouraging her to pursue her artistic dreams. Chapter 5. Challenges arise. As their relationship flourished, challenges began to surface. Mark's freelance work was unpredictable, causing him stress. Julie, ever supportive, tried to reassure him, but she also worried about the long-term viability of their relationship. They had different lifestyles. Mark was more spontaneous, while Julie preferred stability. One evening, during a dinner date, Mark seemed distant. Julie sensed something was off. When she asked, he confessed his fears about not being able to provide for her in the future. They argued, each expressing their concerns and frustrations. It was a turning point for them. Chapter 6. Finding common ground. After a few days of reflection, both Julie and Mark realized they needed to communicate better. They met at their coffee shop, the place where it all began. With vulnerability, they spoke about their fears, desires, and the importance of support in their relationship. They decided to focus on building a strong foundation rather than worrying about the future. Julie reassured Mark that she didn't need him to provide for her. She valued the emotional connection they shared. They both committed to being more open and honest with each other moving forward. Chapter 7. A new chapter. As the months passed, Julie and Mark settled into a comfortable rhythm. Mark found a steady writing gig, allowing him to feel more secure. Julie continued to pursue her design projects, and together they celebrated each other's successes. Their weekends were filled with adventures, hiking, visiting art fairs, or simply enjoying quiet moments at home. They developed their own traditions, like cooking dinner together on Sundays or having movie marathons. Chapter 8. The proposal. One sunny afternoon, Mark took Julie to a picturesque park filled with blooming flowers. As they strolled hand in hand, Mark suddenly stopped and turned to her, his eyes filled with sincerity. He expressed how much she meant to him and how she had changed his life for the better. With her heart racing, Julie sensed something significant was about to happen. Mark knelt down, revealing a simple yet beautiful ring. "Julie, will you marry me?" he asked, vulnerability in his voice. Tears filled Julie's eyes as she nodded, overwhelmed with joy. "Yes, 1,000 times yes." They embraced, surrounded by the beauty of nature, their love blossoming even further. Conclusion. A bright future. Julie and Mark's relationship continued to thrive as they planned their wedding together. They learned that love isn't just about passion, it's also about partnership, support, and growth. Together, they created a life full of creativity, laughter, and adventure. Reflecting on their journey, they often returned to the coffee shop where it all began, grateful for that fateful rainy day that brought them together. Their story was a testament to the beauty of unexpected connections and the transformative power of love.